Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gregory Duncan. How many people in this country, no matter what your political affiliation is, support truth over lies, facts over opinions, and reality over delusions? That's what this series of videos that I've been doing have been based on. Well, this video in particular is about investigations, indictments, and impeachment. Investigations. On September 19, 2019, in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York, a civil complaint by Trump against New York District Attorney Cyrus Vance was presented by Trump's lawyers. Trump lawyers argued in the Southern District of New York that Vance's effort to obtain Trump's tax return by using a subpoena to his accountants of Mazars was an unconstitutional effort to advance a criminal investigation into a sitting president. Because the Mazars subpoena attempts to criminally investigate a sitting president, it is unconstitutional. This court should declare it invalid and enjoin its enforcement until the president is no longer in office. Okay, so what Trump lawyers argue, while Donald J. Trump is president, he cannot be investigated for any reason. So therefore, the judge should declare the subpoena unconstitutional. If Trump as president can't be investigated for any criminal or civil wrongdoing, while he is president, then that would mean that the president of the United States is above the law. Any argument anyone tries to use to justify a subpoena being unconstitutional for whatever reason, when the truth is being sought, is weak and without merit. If the argument is a legitimate one, then it should be argued in the Supreme Court that the institution of the President of the United States is above the law, and whosoever shall hold that office is also above the law. Now, indictments. After a lengthy investigation by Special Counsel Robert Mueller, who was appointed to investigate Russia's interference in the 2016 presidential election, after Trump fired FBI Director James Comey for investigating the Russia interference, of which Trump admitted in an interview with Lester Holt of NBC News. Mueller concluded at a hearing held on July 24, 2019, his reasons to not indict Trump was because of a long-standing Justice Department policy. According to the agency's Office of Legal Counsel, a sitting president cannot be charged with a federal crime. Quoting Mueller, "We at the outset determined that when it came to the president's culpability, we needed to go forward only after taking into account the OLC's opinion that indicated that a sitting president cannot be indicted," unquote. The OLC's policy itself says the indictment or criminal prosecution of a sitting president would unconstitutionally undermine the capacity of the executive branch to perform its constitutionally assigned functions. Now, I guess that in essence means Mueller and his team took it upon themselves to follow a non-legal opinion that had no legalities to it, created by a group of rogue FBI agents in the Justice Department. This tradition means that the FBI could make a law a sitting president can't be indicted, then interpret that law a sitting president cannot be held accountable, followed by an enforcement of that law a sitting president is above the law, signed into law by the Department of Justice through a memo now. The DOJ does not have the authority to make a law, interpret a law, nor sign something into law, but lo and behold. Now, impeachment. Democrats filed 2 articles of impeachment in the House of Representatives against President Donald J. Trump. The first article was abuse of power, and the second was an obstruction of Congress. His abuse of power was asking Ukraine to investigate who he believed would be his presidential opponent in the upcoming 2020 election, Joe Biden. As he did in the 2016 presidential election when asked, "Russia, if you're listening, I hope you can find the 30,000 Hillary Clinton emails," during an interview with, and during a, During an interview with George Stephanopoulos, he had no problem of asking or receiving negative information about a potential presidential arrival. His obstruction of Congress was preventing first-hand accounts of witnesses from coming forward and testifying to Congress to prevent the truth from coming out. After an investigation in the House of Representatives, Speaker Nancy Pelosi found ample reason to bring articles of impeachment against Trump. There was a trial held in the Senate and presided over by Justice John Roberts. Moscow Mitch McConnell and his Republican co-conspirators chose to reject their oath of office to protect and defend the Constitution, ignore witnesses and potential witnesses, evidence, and even a confession from Trump himself when he openly asked not only Ukraine to do an investigation of Biden, but China as well. Now, Senator Lamar Alexander said that the House proved their case, no need for more witnesses. Senator Marco Rubio said just because actions meet a standard of impeachment does not mean it is in the best interest of the country to remove a president from office. Senator Rob Portman said, I believe that some of the president's actions in this case, including asking a foreign country to investigate a potential political opponent and the delay of aid to Ukraine, were wrong and inappropriate. But I do not believe that the president's actions rise to the level of removing a duly elected president from office and taking him off the ballot in the middle of an election. Senator Lisa Murkowski, given the partisan nature of this impeachment from the very beginning and throughout, I have come to the conclusion that there will be no fair trial in the Senate. I don't believe that the constitution of this process will change anything. It is sad for me to admit that as an institution, the Congress has failed. And let's not forget Susan Collins. Trump has learned his lesson. Alexander said the House proved their case and he voted not to remove Trump from office. Rubio admitted Trump committed crimes by abusing his power and obstructed Congress, but it's better to keep him in office and continue that abuse and obstruction. Portman concurred with the House findings that Trump abused his power and obstructed justice, but it didn't rise to the level of removal. Then what does? Murkowski believes Democrats were unfair when they brought articles of impeachment after Trump tried to blackmail/bribe a foreign government into doing his bidding and obstruct Congress from finding out the truth. And of course, Collins, with her, Trump learned his lesson. So let me get this straight. Trump's lawyers claim that a sitting president cannot be investigated. The FBI claimed that a sitting president can be indicted. And the Senate Republicans claim you can't remove a sitting president who is guilty of bribery and high crimes and misdemeanors. So does this mean in this country you cannot vote out and remove a sitting president after he has lost an election? Where are we going? Well, this is what I have to say. The number one goal of the Democratic Party and its base is not to let egos, ignorance, and selfishness get in the way of supporting whoever wins enough delegates to receive the Democrat nomination. All support should be around him or her. The number two goal of the Democrats and anyone who not in the Republican Trump cult is to vote Donald J. Trump out of office. And simultaneously with goal number two, goal number three, vote out of office as many Republicans in the House and Senate as possible and get the country back on track. Last but not least, when Trump claims the election was rigged, and you know he will, tell Trump to prove it. He has the entire U.S. Justice Department at his disposal. The best investigators like Barr or Giuliani, etc. You have 2 months to make your case. Go. Once again, thank you again for watching this video, and remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until we see you again, have a nice day.